Here I have a very simple site, and pay special attention to this title up here in the title bar. Notice when I go to different pages, the title stays the same. Now I've seen this quite a bit on several Rails sites, including my own, because it can be a little bit tricky to change the title, because that is usually inside of the layout file. But I'll show you how to do that in this episode. It's really not too hard. So let's go to our layout file here, and notice that our title is statically typed in the layout. It's not dynamic, so it won't change depending on the template. Let's go to a template here. Now we have a new product. This is our new product template. And let's say on this page we want to display the title of new product up in the title bar. I showed you in a previous episode that you can use content for to adjust the content of the layout from inside of a template. So let's give that a go. Content for, let's just call it title, and then call a new product. Now we'll probably want to make this all in one line so we don't get returns in our title. And we also need to adjust our layout here. Let's put the title right here. Because we're using content for, we call yield and the name of the content. And now our new product title is showing up inside of our title bar up here. Now content for just the title is pretty ugly. I mean, we don't want to specify this at the top of every single page. So let's try to find a cleaner way. One method people like to take is to set an instance variable. Let's just call it page title. Oops. And then, so we set our instance variable and we have to reflect that inside of here. Alright. And so that works too. An instance variable works. But I'm still not fully satisfied. It's a lot better than the content for approach, but I like really clean. And so what I recommend doing is actually creating a method called title and just placing it inside of your application helper. So we'll create a new method called, well, not helper, title. And then you can either use the instance variable in here or content for. I kind of like content for because because I like the yield syntax a little bit. And so we can specify title, and I'm using parentheses so that we can specify a block on the same line. And we'll just pass the page title here, and we have to pass it up here. Okay. So now this will set the page title to the content for title when we specify it up in the top of the page. And we can use yield here again. Alright. So now it's still working, and it's much cleaner because we're using the title method here. Let's say we want to specify a default page, because right now if you go to all of the products, you can just get this blank title. And if the title's not specified, you might want to have it default to something. And one way to do that is wrap this in parentheses so that you can use this or syntax so you don't get a syntax error, and specify the title here. So that way, if the title's not set, it will use this one. Let's try that, and it works. Now one more thing I want to show you, and that is over here, where notice we have a little bit of duplication here. We have the title specified in 2 spots. But you can just call yield title here. You can call it multiple times per page. Let's try that. And that works too. Or we haven't gone to the page yet. And that works too. If you always use this h1 tag, you can actually just move it into the layout since the title is already specified. So yield title here, as well as in the layout instead of inside of the template. And that works too. So then you would just move all the h1 tags outside of the template and just place them all inside of the layout file. It's just a little cleaner sometimes. So I hope you found something useful, and this is a good way to specify the title. Hey, do me a favor and check out our sponsor, peepcode.com. They make excellent Ruby on Rails screencasts, so it should be right up your alley.